Viewers, in the high-profile Bandra region of Mumbai, where A-listers of Bollywood reside, the news of stabbing attack on Saif Ali Khan in his house has sparked concerns over the security of celebrities. This incident happened in the wee hours when an intruder entered Saif's house, and when the actor confronted him, the man stabbed the star 6 times. This suspect has been caught on camera fleeing at 2:33 a.m. Now, cops suspect burglary to be the motive, and 20 teams have been formed to hunt down the accused. Meanwhile, the actor is said to be stable and recovering. He underwent surgery and has been moved to the ICU as well. Doctors say that he could be moved to the ward in a day or two.
एक एक्यूज एक्टर के घर पे गया था, ऐसा इन्वेस्टिगेशन में पता चला है। एक्यूज फायर एस्केप का यूज करके इनके घर पे गया था, ये भी पता चला है। अभी तक के इन्वेस्टिगेशन में ये एक चोरी का अटेम्प्ट था, ऐसा हमारे इन्वेस्टिगेशन में निष्पन्न हुआ है। एक्यूज को जल्दी अरेस्ट करने की कोशिश हमारी चल रही है।
Saif Ali Khan was admitted today morning around 3 a.m. with alleged history of assault by some unknown person at his residence. He sustained major injury to the thoracic spine due to a lodged knife in his spine. Surgery was performed to remove the knife and also repair the leaking spinal fluid. Mr. Saif Ali Khan also was monitored during the surgery, where he is completely out of danger.
And viewers, let's tell you why this is concerning. As we've already stated, that Bandra is home to top stars of Bollywood. Shah Rukh Khan, who recently received death threats, resides there. Even Salman Khan, who has safeguarded his Galaxy apartments with bulletproof panels, lives there as well. And in October, NCP leader Baba Siddiqui, who was killed allegedly by the Bishnoi gang members, also, of course, is in the same region. Meanwhile, there are some stunning details that have come to the fore in the F.I.R. filed by the police. The F.I.R. carries the eyewitness account of the caretaker who was at Saif's home at the time of the incident, and here's what she has mentioned. She has, of course, mentioned that she woke up, in fact, at 2 a.m. hearing some sound. This is what she has specifically stated. Also, that she spotted an intruder sporting a cap. Further going on to say that the intruder was armed with a blade. The intruder then entered Jay's room first, is what she says. She also says that the intruder demanded 1 crore rupees. Later, Saif got involved in a scuffle with the intruder. Ibrahim and Sarah later took Saif to the hospital in a rickshaw. That's how, in fact, things unfolded as far as this horrific episodes are concerned. Let's now quickly open this up for discussion with our guests.
You're watching the News Hour at 10, debate number 3 on Times Now, Super Prime Time.
Joining us now are two very, very special guests who, of course, are insiders as far as Bollywood are concerned. Kunal Kohli, film director, is joining us. With us also is Shobha De, author, journalist and columnist. Let me first come across to you, Ms. Shobha De. What was your first response to what really had transpired as far as Saif Ali Khan is concerned? There are, of course, multiple layers of security at the celebrity's residence, and yet there's been such a breach.
Well, to start with, it is not just the most audacious recent crime in Mumbai, but Bandra itself, often referred to as the queen of the suburbs, must be deeply, deeply shaken by what's going on in its vicinity. It is one of our most glamorous suburb, which hosts celebrities, business people, movie stars, models, the fashion industry. And such a high-profile target, somehow, I'm finding it very, very difficult to buy the police version of it. I cannot imagine that an intruder with theft as its intention, the person's intention, could have gotten away so easily. What happened to the layers of security that most celebrities today enjoy? And certainly Saif Ali Khan with his family, the vulnerability, 2 young children, a wife in the house, building security, the security that the state provides his own. Oh, they don't provide him with security, but certainly he has his own security. outfit looking after him. What happens to all that? CCTV cameras, this story, this narrative that's being built up about an intruder who was hiding in the building, how can he have gone undetected? And what was he doing in the children's bedroom, according to one version? How did he get into the children's bedroom? Is it an inside job, or is it something that the police are putting out there because they want to establish that it isn't really something that is that most citizens feel is indicative of a breakdown in the law and order situation, particularly when it comes to Bollywood stars and high-profile businessmen, particularly those people who live in Bandra? Is someone out there, some agency, some group, some political party sending out a strong signal?
All right. Let me come in on that, Shobha Day, and let me take this question across to Kunal as well. Kunal Kohli, considering your close relationship with Saif Ali Khan and his family, what was your first reaction when you heard of this news of assault?
See, I think it's a very serious matter. I think the trauma that the children and Karina as a mother and as a wife would go through, for the children to witness something like this is a very, very traumatic experience. It'll take them time to process it and a lot of time to get over this. It's psychologically very damaging for anybody to watch their father being assaulted like this. It's very scary for a mother to think that in her own house, her children are not safe, her husband is not safe, and this kind of an assault can happen. It brings a lot of questions to the front. On top of mind, obviously, is that how could anyone enter in a high-rise on such a high floor with security? It's not that this has happened without security. This has happened in spite of security. And I think that is a concern that everybody is going to have. So yeah, I think these are very serious matters. Having said that, I have full faith in the Mumbai police. I think Mumbai police is one of the best police forces in the world. I've heard some, I'm not sure of this, you can tell me better. I've heard really top police officers have been assigned the case. I think Mr. Fadnavis has also, our Honorable Chief Minister has also said that he's going to look into the matter very seriously. I have full faith in the administration and the government as well.
Right.
So I'm sure they will get to the bottom of this.
Yeah, Shobha Day, let me also ask you that, you've lived in Mumbai during the dark days when the Mumbai underworld had gone perhaps out of control. Are we seeing a return to those times, or is that too premature at this point of time?
At this point, it's a kind of a bit irresponsible to speculate as to who could be behind it or what the motive is. But for it to be politicized, with political parties jumping in to defend the current administration, to say that the Home Department, absolutely these sort of things happen in mega cities. I think that's what our Devendra Fadnavis said. It's like those old comments about ऐसे घटना होती जाती छोटे शहरों में. It's unacceptable. It's simply not acceptable. If this can happen to Saif Ali Khan, what about the average citizen? What about people who live in dread and fear of such a brazen attack, someone walking into your home, attacking you in your own home? That man could have killed Saif Ali Khan. Saif Ali Khan is a fairly fit actor, and I'm sure he fought back, if that is the version we are supposed to believe. But the point is, how did that person, they're calling that person an intruder who had theft as on his mind. How do we know that? How do we know it's just a burglary attempt? How do we know it isn't a kidnapping case? It isn't about ransom. It isn't about murder. It isn't about threatening celebrity in order to scare the people of the city, that if we can do this to Saif Ali Khan so easily, and the intruder apparently ran down a staircase and fled, then it can happen to just about anyone.
Absolutely. That's the big question. It can happen to just about anyone. And let me take that question across to Kunal. Kunal, the bigger question is, of course, you're close to the family. Let me ask you, have you been able to speak to the Kapoor family? Have you been able to, would you be able to give us any update as far as Saif's condition is concerned?
No, well, obviously it's a very tragic time. I have given them the space, and I request all media friends and fans to give them the space, give the police the space, not crowd the residents or crowd the hospital, and give the family time to process this. There will be enough time to meet him later and to, his management will keep giving out updates about his health and his condition, as will through the hospital or directly. And let us use that as a source of information coming out, and not do any speculative information providing of any kind.
Right. Right. And Shobha, if I can ask you, as someone who's no stranger to Bollywood, what's the sense that you get from the industry about how they are perceiving this incident? And have you been able to speak to the family either?
Well, this is why I talked about it being a signal, because I do believe this is not an unrelated kind of an incident. It's not about petty theft. It's not about burglary. It's not about kidnap and ransom. To me, it seems like a very meticulously planned attack, which goes well beyond what the police are saying right now. And if that is so, we can establish it in some way as being connected to what happened with Salman Khan, or to just the general Baba Siddiqui, for example. Is it about the money? Is it about targeting extremely wealthy, extremely famous people and telling them that this city no longer is for you, it doesn't belong to you, and we are the people who are going to be calling the shots? If that is so, it is no wonder that a lot of very high-profile celebrities in that bracket are getting out of Mumbai and relocating overseas, which again, to me, is something so disheartening, it's so distressing, because it reflects very poorly on Mumbai, it reflects very poorly on India. If we can't look after our well, there are people who are privileged, there are people who one considers VVIPs, they have a huge fan base. Okay. If they feel fragile enough in their own city and somehow think in terms of plan B to relocate with their families to places like Dubai, for example,
big question,
it's going to leave Mumbai in shambles and looking very shabby in the eyes
certainly
of
one would not want that to happen, and certainly, of course, that's a very extreme eventuality. But Kunal, let me ask you about this particular investigation. One of the lines that the police are suspecting is that the attacker could have a connection with one of the housekeepers or other staff working alongside Saif's house, or at his house, or perhaps in that premises. What do you think about the possibility of such kind of a thing actually happening, given the nature of the breach?
I would not like to speculate on anything at the moment. I would not like to speculate on anything, because that's what it would be, speculation. Like I said, let's give the police and the family the space and time to process what has happened, to investigate what has happened. And when the time is right, the police and the family will make an official statement. Absolutely.
Very important to respect their privacy. And in fact, on those very lines is a statement that's coming in. I'm sorry for interrupting you. Kareena Kapoor Khan has put out a statement saying that it's been an incredibly challenging day for our family, and we're still trying to process the events that have unfolded. As we navigate this difficult time, I respectfully and humbly request that media and paparazzi refrain from relentless speculation and coverage. While we appreciate, in fact, the concern and support, the constant scrutiny and attention are not only overwhelming but also pose a significant security risk. I'd like to thank you in advance. So very, very important that Kareena Kapoor Khan has now put out a statement requesting privacy and sensitivity when it comes to this particular issue. Shobha Day, as well as Kunal Kohli, I'd like to thank both of you for joining us on the show this evening. Slipping into a quick break now.